Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barry and this is Centralize. And today we've got a review of Fire Your Desire. And this is by Emir, which is part of the Paris Corner. And this is part of their Shades of Dark series. So the lovely people over at Aroma Concepts have sent me this fragrance, Fire Your Desire, which is part of the Shades of Dark series. And they've also sent me When Soul Gets High and You're Drugged. So there's 3 in the series and I've got all 3. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to review this one today and then I'm going to go on to the other 2 later on. So something to look forward to, the whole line reviewed. So I'm really excited for that, and I don't think anybody else has done them yet, or maybe they have since I recorded it to point it out. Who knows? So I really like the look of this. It's got a real nice sound to it as well, as if there's something shaky in there. So let's open it up and we'll have a look. I'll do a first impressions and then I'll come back a week later and let you know my final thoughts on it. So it's in what feels like a tin top, but then this feels like it's cardboard. I really do like that. It's a 100ml and I think it's an EDP. Yes, it is. So you've got the Shades of Dark series at the top. Now this one is like a dark brown and the others are black, and this has got like a gold top and bottom, whilst the others have got black. So I really like that. It's got the Emir sign in the top. There seems to be more and more of these fragrances coming out under the Emir branch. And then on the back you can see Paris Corner details, and there's your little hologram to say there it's their original, and more ingredients and barcode, and it opens up like so. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's ace. Look how gorgeous that looks. Oh, some bits dropped off this. I don't know what they're from. I think what it is, it's got something which goes around here. But look how gorgeous that looks. That is really, really nice. Love the cap on it. Really nice cap. So it says Fire Your Desire, Emir. Love like the way it's on a plaque. And then I love this little dangly bit. And I'm sure there's some bits which have come off in here, which are part of that. But it seems like they're plastic, so that's why it's probably come off. Really like that. I'll give it a spray. Now this, oh my days, that is so heavy. That is like a big block of metal. And then it's got the Paris Corner within the atomizer. So this is their take on Angel Share. Now I own Angel Share, so I can compare them directly. So let's give this a spray. Decent atomizer on it. Now in the air, I'm definitely getting the Angel Share vibe off it straight away. That smells good. There's a bit of an alcohol blast coming from it, so I'll just give it a little bit more. That smells good. I think there is slight differences. I'm just going to spray the original, but then you're talking £165 for this, and yet I'll go into the price details of that later, but it's not even comparable. That is so good. And it's definitely got a similar vibe to it. If I had never smelt Killian Share and then I smelt this, I'd think amazing. Now, obviously these smell differently on skin to what they do on paper. I will give them a full test on paper, but first impressions of this, straight away you're getting the cognac and the cinnamon and the praline, which is like the nutty chocolate, and it's like the sweet vanilla that's in there. Really, really nice, gorgeous, absolutely love it. So the other two that I'm going to be doing, When Soul Gets High, is based on Killian's Back to Black, and You're Drugged is based on Intoxicated by Killian. So really excited to try those as well. But I'll give this wearing a week, give it a few wearings, see what I think, and then I'll come back and give you a full review on it. Hey everyone, so I've had a week spent with Fire Your Desire from Paris Corner, and I've really enjoyed wearing it. It's very similar to a fragrance I already have, and it's going to save me a bit of money, and it's going to save me with that juice as well. But first of all, we'll talk price and availability, and you can get this over at aromaconcepts.co.uk. I'll leave the website. I know they are releasing a new website soon, so you'll have to bear with me. What I'll do, I'll change it in the description if it changes at all. So I think you're looking at about £34 or £35 for these, and they're 100ml EDPs. You'll still be able to get the Scent 10 code, which will get you 10% off. That's something that they do, and I don't get any kickbacks off that. I will also leave the link to their eBay site just in case there's any issues with their website, but you might have to contact them if you want the discount off that. Originality, well, it's inspired by Killian's Angel's Share, a fragrance that I own, and I've been doing a bit of side by side, so it's not an original fragrance. So is it linear? Does it change over time? Well, just like the original, it does change over time. It's not a massive change, but it does change slightly as you get into the dry down of it. Projection. Now, the performance on this, I would say, is not quite as good as Angel's Share, but on the other hand, it's still pretty decent. Angel's Share is quite beastly on me. I'd say the projection for this is about 1.5 hours, and longevity, you're probably talking 5 to 6 hours, whereas Angel's Share, you're probably talking 2 hours plus projection and 8 hours longevity. Who to wear it? I think this will be a massive hit with both men and women, as was the original, so it's straight down the middle unisex for me. When to wear it? Now, I think this is more of an autumn-winter fragrance, or even like any time where there's a bit of colder weather, say a cold evening in the spring or in the summer, and nights out, that sort of thing. I think it's really good for a night out sort of fragrance. Compliments, I haven't really bumped into that many people working from home, other than down the school and that. I haven't had any compliments from this, but I'm sure you will gain compliments, because I've had lots of compliments from Angel's Share and they smell the same. So my overall thoughts from this, it definitely starts with a bit of alcohol heavy. I would leave it 20 seconds or so before sniffing it. That soon dissipates and goes away, and it turns into very similar fragrance to Angel's Share. When I first wore this, my wife said, "Oh, you've got that fragrance on that I really like." Well, no, actually, I haven't. It's a different one, but it smells the same. When I wore the original, she said that I smelled like Christmas. So that is the sort of vibe that you're getting from this. It's a real boozy, spicy, gourmand fragrance. And it's quite powdery too. There's a lot of nuances in there which make the fragrance quite powdery. So you get a wonderful cognac note at the beginning, and that is soon joined by cinnamon and a sweet vanilla. Once you start getting into the base of the fragrance, you start getting like a chocolatey, nutty sort of feel, which I think is coming from the praline. But like my wife said it before, it is the sort of fragrance that gives you that Christmassy vibe, whether it's the spices, the booze, the sweetness, the chocolateness. It really is that sort of fragrance. Now, the original got lots of hype, and rightly so, because it is one of those fragrances that everybody's going to love. There's only a couple of people that I know that didn't like the original, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to really enjoy this. I think the only difference between this and the original is obviously the quality of the ingredients aren't going to be as good because you're not paying as much. The performance is slightly less, but not enough to really put me off. This is a fragrance I'm going to be wearing as opposed to using my Angel Share. If I want to wear it on a day and I don't want to use up my original, then I'll be wearing this one for sure. One of the things I would say is, although it doesn't perform as well, it's very similar smelling. And if I didn't have the original, I would happily buy this fragrance. So if I didn't have the original and the original was slightly out of my price range, then I would definitely go for this fragrance. All in all, it's a great smelling fragrance, it's a great alternative to the original, and it smells bloody good. So is it a hit or miss? Well, you can tell it's a big hit from me. Is it worth the money? Well, you're getting twice the amount of fragrance, 100ml as opposed to the 50ml from Angel Share, and it's a fifth of the price. So you work it out. So that's it from me. Have you tried Fire Your Desire? Have you tried anything from the Emir range by Paris Corner? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all soon. Stay fragrant, not vagrant.